Now I request our own Central Council member, C.A.K. Raghu, to speak on new ICI initiatives and updation on development of technology and the direction in which we are going to ICI.
Our guest for this morning's inaugural session, Chairman of the Information Technology Committee, C. Atul Beda, who has come all the way from Mumbai to participate in this historic conference on cloud computing, which Nitin very rightly said is being conducted for the first time on a pan-India basis. A very warm welcome to Atul. Atul has been a close friend of mine maybe for the last 20 years, very active in the western region. He has done a lot of work for the profession. And this year when we decided that we should conduct a series of chain seminars on cloud computing, then he said, Raghu, why don't you volunteer and do a program in Bangalore? I said, fine, we will definitely like to take the lead. And Bangalore has been in the forefront for a lot of such initiatives. Way back when I was the chairman of the branch, we had a program on 96, I think 95, 96. We had a program on Internet, the Information Superhighway. We had one chartered accountant by name Atul Chitnis, who had come all the way from Mumbai to make a presentation as to how Internet can transform the way we work. That was in 95. Bangalore has been in the forefront. We have been conducting a lot of activities on the information technology front. We had conferences on ERP implementations, e-commerce, then on XBRL. We are conducting a lot of programs on Excel here. And we are very happy to host Chairman this particular conference on cloud computing. And we are very happy that you have granted us this opportunity. And we are really happy that you are amongst us this morning. Friends, as the chairman of the Bangalore branch very rightly said, a lot of developments taking place in the technology era, in the technological space. And it is absolutely essential for us as chartered accountants to understand the developments taking place, because it's absolutely necessary for us to embrace technology. And being in the IT city, Bangalore, I see a lot of chartered accountants very active in the consulting, technology consulting space. Technology consulting is one new area that is emerging, and we find a lot of chartered accountants are extremely successful in the technology consulting space. And even if you go to companies like Infosys, Wipro, and many of these software companies, we have a whole team of chartered accountants working there. You go to a company like Infosys, more than 1,500 chartered accountants are there who are actively involved in software development, ERP implementation. They're involved in developing solutions for the banking industry, insurance industry. So we have a whole lot of young CAs who are extremely talented, who are extremely keen on learning the new technologies, and we find that they are offering their services in these technology companies. So we at the IT committee realized that yes, we need to ensure that the members of our profession are updated on cloud computing. Cloud computing, no doubt, if you ask someone in the technology space, he said, okay, technology, cloud computing is already there. But we said we need to understand, because as chartered accountants we might encounter situations where a company where we go for audit would be in a cloud computing environment. So you need to change your audit methodology. There's a need for you to understand what a cloud architecture is, how exactly it is different from the current scenario where corporates are moving all their accounting information to the cloud. Globally, what is happening, most of the multinational corporations have started using cloud extensively. But in India, we have started seeing some of the top corporates shifting all their information to the cloud. And in such a scenario, we as chartered accountants should have the expertise, should have the knowledge to understand how a cloud computing environment is, how exactly we should go about carrying out an audit in a cloud environment. We also have an opportunity session to tell you what are the opportunities. Fine, you've all come here, responded to our invitation. You need to go back. And this seminar today, I'm sure, would give you a lot of knowledge on what is happening on cloud computing and how you could create a roadmap for yourself in the cloud computing space. We also have some very good speakers from Infosys BPO, one of the global majors which is handling accounting for multinational client, who are also working on a cloud computing environment. So I'm sure all the participants present here would be immensely benefited, and we would like to ensure that we would continue our endeavor to see that we conduct more and more activities. Mr. Atul Beda, our chairman of the IT committee, would talk to you about the various initiatives being taken by the IT committee to make all the members technology savvy, because currently for the students, the CA students, we have 100 hours of technology training embedded in the curriculum. Maybe when all of us qualified, we never had an opportunity to study anything about we had a subject on systems analysis and data processing, SADP. But today we have hundreds of technology training, and very recently the council has decided to make it mandatory for all the students to go for an advanced course on ITT training. So ITT training would be in two parts, the basic and the advanced, whereas in an advanced training they will be having an exposure to ERP implementation, and then e-commerce implementation, and various other information systems audit, and XBRL. Friends, this year, myself and Atul have been taking the lead as far as Institute is concerned. The Institute has taken the lead to promote XBRL in our country. I think all of you are aware that more than 160 countries have adopted XBRL for the regulatory filings, and India also has taken the lead. We have taken the plunge to say that yes, we as an accounting body should take the lead to promote XBRL amongst our professionals, and the Institute of Chartered Accountants of India has set up a Section 25 company to facilitate this process. We have also been recognized by XBRL International, it is a consortium that is XBRL International is an organization promoting XBRL across the world. And in India we have done a lot of work. The Institute has decided that taxonomy development would be undertaken by the Institute, because what really happens is that as an accounting regulator we need to take the lead. So the entire taxonomy development, the C&I taxonomy which was used last year for XBRL filings, was developed by the Institute. As you know, the Ministry of Corporate Affairs made it mandatory for all the corporates to ensure that all their audited financial statements are filed on XBRL format. That is when the members of our profession started looking up. 31st March last year, when the circular was issued by the Ministry of Corporate Affairs, many members were not aware what XBRL was. But a year later, we have realized that many members have started using XBRL in their regulatory filings. So way forward, we look at a scenario where all the corporates in the country would be made to file their financial statements on XBRL. So we have made a conscious effort to see that all the members go through a training program. We conducted a lot of events, workshops to make you understand about XBRL. But friends, globally I can tell you, XBRL has made rapid strides. In fact, in India we are little, not very, you can say that compared to other developed countries, XBRL is used in a very big way. But we are very confident we'll catch up with what is happening globally. And the way forward, you will have one single portal where all the corporates will file their financial statements in XBRL format, and the regulators like the CBDT, the Ministry of Corporate Affairs, the Reserve Bank of India can access the centralized database of information available. Investors could access, anyone, regulators, investors could access this database and carry out their analysis. So this is some of the technology developments taking place in the Institute, and we also have a post-qualification course which Atul would take you through. Some important developments on the Institute is concerned. Today our membership is growing fast. We have crossed 1,90,000. Maybe in a few, next 6 months from now, maybe once we have the results, maybe I think we will cross the magical figure of 2 lakh members, a huge army of chartered accountants across the country. And we find that today more and more chartered accountants are getting to the industry. That is one significant change that is taking place today. Out of 10 CAs, 9 of them are getting to the industry. And we find that the industry is absorbing chartered accountants aggressively. In most of the campus interviews which we are conducting, we find that many of them are being given fabulous packages. A company like Olam International has offered a package of 34 lakhs for a young CS. Company like Infosys offered about 7.5 lakhs for a young chartered accountant. We see a lot of opportunities for young CAs, and we see more and more chartered accountants getting into the industry. And in addition to that, we find a lot of overseas opportunities also. When we qualified, I'm sure you would agree with me that not many overseas opportunity, but today we find a lot of overseas opportunities for our members. You go to a place like Dubai, there are more than 1,500 chartered accountants working there. In a place like Abu Dhabi, around 800 chartered accountants. Muscat, about 300, 350, 400 chartered accountants are working there. So there are a lot of opportunities for our members, and if you have the knowledge of technology, if you have the knowledge of the latest developments taking place, I'm sure that you'll be able to successfully get yourself in any of these corporates. So, and another significant thing that has happened is that we are moving into an era of specialization. Gone are the days, when you were a chartered accountant, yes, you could get into practice, carry out your work in office, taxation, audit. But today we find that specialization has really come in. Like in the medical profession, we find that a lot of chartered accountants are specializing in fraud detection, forensic accounting, IFRS, international taxation, valuation. So we have realized that yes, the profession is moving to an era of specialization. We need to launch certification course to equip our members, because you would have done your CA long back. So you are very keen to get into some new area. And yes, we are providing an opportunity. A lot of certification courses have been launched for the benefit of members. If you're keen to update yourself on any of the new developments taking place in any of these verticals. If you want to set up a new vertical in your office, or you want to acquire additional skill sets, I think the right thing for you is to take up this certification course. These certification courses are all conducted by the institute. We have classes happening every weekend, and it is being conducted by various branches. There will be an examination for all these certification courses. So we find that about 50% of them who take up this certification course pass the examination. But I'm sure if you want to specialize in some area, let us say you want to specialize in, focus on international taxation, I want to focus on IFRS, maybe the right thing for you, or valuation, the right thing for you is to take up this certification courses. And as far as the entry to the profession is concerned, I think members are aware. Very shortly you will have students who have completed their graduation directly entering the CA course. They don't need to go through the CPT examination. We have now decided, the council has decided, very shortly it will be notified, maybe a month from now, all the students who have completed their graduation, BCom, BA or BSc, can directly enter the Chartered Accountancy Code like how it used to be earlier. And this will attract a lot of commerce graduates into the course. And in addition to this, we have also permitted you to set up management consulting companies. Many chartered accountants I see here are practicing. But yes, you want to get into technology consulting, you want to get into outsourcing, and you might be wondering it's not possible for you to involve new people into your existing firms. The best way, what I would suggest is, if you want to get into any new area, you can set up a management consulting company. We permit you, the institute gives you a mandate to set up a consulting company. You could be a director of that company. You could still have your firm and drive all the new activities in this management consulting company. And then we also have taken an initiative to make the institute IT enabled, Project Parivartan, which Atul would also tell you that Infosys has made a 360-degree study of the IT systems in use in the institute, and very shortly you will have a new IT enabled backbone for the institute, where membership services, student services will be available to you at the click of a button. And for those in the industry, yes, there is a need for you to update yourself. You might find it difficult to come to the institute, come to the branch programs. You can set up study circles. We permit you to set up study circles. If in your company you have more than 25 people, you could join and then make use of the facilities provided by the institute. Friends, these are some of the developments that are taking place in the institute, and I'm very happy to welcome you as the coordinator for them. As a member of the IT committee, I'm very happy that all of you have responded to our invitation, because whenever we do anything new, it's always a challenge. We were just wondering whether we would be able to get a good number, but today we've got such a huge response for this conference, and Atul said, Raghu, with this conference we'll start rolling out these conferences across the country. A very warm welcome to you on behalf of the Committee on Information Technology and on behalf of the Bangalore branch. And of course, Bangalore branch needs no, I think I need to place on record the dynamic initiatives taken up by the Bangalore branch under the leadership of Nitin. And as he was said, he has launched a course on refresher course on accountant, which has been a big success. And Bangalore has always been the branch in the forefront, and we are the largest branch in the country with 9,000 members. Of course, I am also proud to be a part of the Bangalore branch, and I've seen the branch growing right from the time I qualified as a chartered accountant in the year 1990. We had about 1,800 members in Bangalore. Today we have about 9,000 people, and maybe in the next 1 year we'll cross the magical figure of 10,000. And maybe in the next 1 year we'll cross the magical figure of 10,000. And we are dedicated. We would like to see that the members of our profession, more so in Bangalore, in the forefront, they're able to understand the developments taking place. And we could prove to the rest of the country, rest of the world, yes, that we have a whole lot of CAs with excellent skill sets in any area, whether it be international taxation, whether it's technology, whether it's IFRS. I think we could boast of having the best talent in the country. With these few words, I would also recognize the presence of our past chairman, Mr. Venkatesh Babu, and our regional council member, Srinivas, for having joined us, and all the esteemed faculty members who will be handling various sessions who are present here today. My thanks to them for having accepted the invitation, and thanks to all of you for having given me a patient hearing.